Good evening, gamers, and today we're going to play again a new game. We're going to continue. What the hell am I saying? Chapter 5 just STARRY FLOWERs. Without further ado, we're just gonna continue. We're just gonna continue, right? Okay, so we're at chapter 5, right? Simple emotion, and I remember at the last episode that if her wrinkle just can't get enough of pastel, and yeah. Okay, so let's continue. We have without further ado, and yeah. I've tried working, I've tried doing chores, even tried to cook, all miserable failures. So today, I'm taking drastic measures. Complete escapism. I'm returning to my roots. I'll reread one of my favorite series. If nothing else, it should make a nice source of inspiration. Periwinkle pulls out volume 1 of a sturdy manga. Oh, another manga from his bookshelf. Periwinkle for Love. Oh, what a nice anime. Probably. Periwinkle for Love. How many years has it been? The dresses were always drawn so beautifully in this series. I still think of them from time to time. It's the story of a girl who's fallen for a handsome prince. Standard pair for the types of manga I read. Is it a shoujo? Perhaps shoujo manga? My brother is a talented seamstress who designed all sorts of dazzling gowns for her to wear, and when the prince sees her in her one, he becomes smitten with her. At first she's in heaven. This is the prince her dreams. But she soon wonders if the prince is only attracted to the dress, the glamour, and not the poor girl underneath. So it's kind of like a Cinderella story. Until the prince reveals, I shouldn't spoil it, the ending is too sweet. After admiring the cover for a while, Periwinkle finally opens the book and begins to read. Oh, that's cute, dude. The art style of this one is very phenomenal, actually. Yeah, kudos. It's a lovely to remember such delicate line work. I wouldn't blame the prince for noticing the dresses for the girl. They really are so beautiful. Now to think of it, the way this prince is drawn, his short puppy hair, his gentle features remind me of... Periwinkle closes the book in a panic. That was dangerous. I can risk even thinking his name. And there's even a little chapter where he's dressed in servant's clothing. There are too many parallels. Periwinkle rolls across his bed and slides the book back into its place on his shelf. This isn't fair. Can one of my most beloved series be off limits in my time of need? He scans through the different title once and more before landing on a 12-volume series. The remember this one is clearly but as an old girl story, it should be safe. Oh, a new book now. Another one. Periwinkle pulls the new book from his shelf and quietly immerses himself in his fictional world. And you gotta read all of the manga yet again, and it's fucking midnight before you know it. And before you know it, I finished reading all 12 volumes. The whole day had flown right by. I couldn't help but keep turning the pages. The story was so much more than I remembered. The protagonist was nothing to write home about, but her childhood friend? What a moving character arc. He's very charismatic from the start, the kind of person you'd think has it all figured out, but he couldn't be more wrong. Over the course of the series, she goes through so many love interests. Back in the day, I had assumed it was because the author couldn't make up their mind. But reading it all at once, it must have been planned from the beginning. These doomed relationships are merely self-sabotage, all distraction from pursuing her one true love. She never realizes the obvious answer until the very end. And what an emotional finale what it was. When she finally confesses and the two girls share their first kiss, the fireworks, couldn't anything be more romantic? Her tears of happiness, finally being honest with herself and with her best friend, how lovely. The well of loneliness that is her character was portrayed so flawlessly. She's the most real of them all. Any story in any other way would have been an injustice to the world. Am I remember so just all of series as well, don't I? Time to get some snacks and start searching for it. I can't resist diving in right away. Operation Escape Reality Day 3. Ringo continued to read, and then to read, and read, and read. Until he heard a knock at his door. I still know that isn't his knock. Oh wait, I was trying to forget about him. So I suppose it means I was successful for a while. I even forgot that I was avoiding something to begin with. Oh, okay. When he opens the door, Periwinkle is greeted by a small crowd of friends and acquaintances. Periwinkle, get dressed, we're heading to clubs. Oh, the whole cavalry is right. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to decline. That isn't going to work for me. What? But no one's seen you in ages. You haven't abandoned us for a new sin, have you? Oh, nothing like that. I've just been a little preoccupied. I'll need some time to myself at the moment. Nothing wrong with a little self-care, but are you sure you don't want to come out and enjoy the nightlife? I don't know. I've fallen so far behind on my work. Getting work over getting late. Now I know something's up with you. Oh, Benson, I have more going on than just going out and flirting with everyone I meet. Yeah, of course, of course. I so appreciate the invitation, though. Thank you for thinking of me. We just had to come and make sure you were still alive. The clouds were lonely without you. I'd love to make me cry and return some other time then. Have a lovely evening. The group waves goodbye and disappears into the night. And then we're back. It's been a while since I've had to turn it down. Winkle leans his back against the door and says, I'm definitely not in the state to go clubbing right now. No matter how much it warms my heart to know what that I missed, I won't be making the same mistake as the other night. I can't go recklessly driving into the comforting arm of another as long as my mind is still hung up on pastel. But how long will I remain in this state? Shutting myself away, binge reading comics. Is there emergency measures? I can't avoid the outside world forever. In any case, shouldn't pastel be returning here at some point? From where we left off, I'd have expected him to come knocking as soon as possible. And yet it's been 3 full days now, hasn't it? How long could he possibly abstain from my touch? Or is something wrong? I shouldn't be thinking about any of this, but I'm beginning to feel annoyed? Confused? If he never comes back, I suppose my problem would go away on its own. But I hate the thought of that. As things are now, I'd only be haunted by thoughts of what I could have possibly done wrong. What is my plan then? Continue to ping-pong back and forth between these extreme emotional states? Rubs his eyes in exhaustion. Don't worry about it tomorrow. Winkle steps back into his room and tucks himself into bed with his books. The very next day, and then, but an hour later, another knock comes. This time, the pattern is unmistakable. Basil is here. Well. Please come up, girl. Despite all my hard work of trying to forget, I've actually been waiting for this moment, haven't I? I don't care what these feelings might mean anymore. I'm tired of fighting them. I just want Basil. He opens the door and sure enough, Pastel is the one who finds standing there. Hi? Hi, good evening. What could he have possibly come for at this hour? Pick up for a level the other night, maybe? It's about time. Come in. Sorry, I meant to come and see you again sooner. I had a few things to sort out before I... Gosh, now, that's not where we left off at all, has it? Yeah, I guess not. I'm more interested in how you got me home that night. You see, the last thing I remember is sitting on that bench. Oh, well, I was having a hard time waking you up. We just ended up carrying you the whole way by yourself? I mean, having a broom to ride help a lot. Rubbing could close us in. We rode it together then. It was the easiest way, yes. You must have held me close so I wouldn't fall. I did? Putting your hands all over me, I didn't peel it up while you were unconscious. Gives him a big kiss. I was only kidding. But you also changed my clothes. Because I thought you'd be more comfortable that way. It was an innocent gesture. I can't believe you saw my bare chest. I've already seen it. Cute. Basil suddenly lifts him by the waist and hoists him over his shoulder. Please handle me more delicately. In the reach of the bed, Basil falls backwards and dead, taking Periwinkle with him. Oh! They pause there a moment, laughs fading to soft breaths. You forgot to turn the light off. Well, I can't get up now. How can you be so impatient after making me wait for so long? Oh well. That it a bit? Oh, longing. Still another chapter. Okay, so we're just gonna end this one, okay? I awake to a rustling sound. My bed is empty again, but when I roll over, Pastel is there, standing in front of my closet. I sit up, rubbing the sleep from my eyes. He's holding a box as if he lifts it onto the top shelf, its contents shift, making a clattering noise. Utterly confused as to what he's doing, I finally call out to him. Pastel? Sorry, I didn't break anything, I promise. What are you doing in my closet? Oh, you said I could clean up. Huh? Oh, haha. Is there anything I would agree to in my sleep? I'm sorry. I thought you were awake when I asked. I'll stop. It's fine. I just didn't expect to wake up to you rippling through my things. That really wasn't my intention. I just felt like organizing stuff. What do people normally do in the morning after? Well, I guess I should have made breakfast. Oh, I want to eat pancakes. Great, I'll make some. Pastel practically pulls from the room to get started cooking. Well, Pastel. Looking around the room, he did much more than organize the closet. The books I've been reading were all tucked back into the proper places on the bookshelf. The clothes that had been strewn across the floor or otherwise left hanging in ridiculous places now sat in a hamper waiting to be washed. Okay, even a pile of unfolded laundry I had previously abandoned was now absent, properly folded and placed into appropriate drawers by Pastel. In a word, I'm in awe. How long had he been at this? And all while I slept? It shouldn't even be possible. I have so much more floor space than I remembered. How did he manage to do that? Her wrinkle puts on a fresh pair of pajamas and walks out of the kitchen in the base. Hey pancakes already. Oh, is it too soon to say I love you? Please enjoy. Her wrinkle takes his seat at the table and digs in. They're delicious. Perfectly light and fluffy, the optimal amount of syrup and whipped cream. Every bite is so heavenly, I could cry. I've never felt so emotional over food. What has this boy done to me? I was worried about him being the culinary type. I didn't think I would get to try his cooking so soon. This is a surprise attack. But how did those get there? I have to ask. Pastel, where did you get these strawberries? Oh, I saw you had some jam, so I used a little magic to change it to form. Is that okay? Maybe I should have asked first. I just remember you like strawberries, so... Is there any limit to how thoughtful one can be? It's more than okay. This is the best breakfast I've ever had. I'm sure you're exaggerating. They're just pancakes. Here for my sweet sleep. If you say it like that, I'm going to start asking you to cook my every meal. Fine, you got me. They're special gourmet pancakes I can only whip up every once in a while. Look at me. Her wrinkle finishes his pancakes while Pastel begins washing the dishes. This may be the most spoiled I've ever felt. Being with Pastel is like getting caught in an endless whirlwind of positive feelings. No wonder I've become obsessed with him. This boy is dangerously kind. After this fast, emotionally tumultuous days, how could I possibly turn away from his company? Her wrinkle rests his elbows on the table, head tilted in the palm as he watches Pastel in his kitchen. Out of curiosity, earlier before you woke up, what made you ask to start cleaning my room? Oh, I noticed it was getting harder to walk around. I think I stepped on some of your clothes when I carried you in there last night. Sorry. That's nothing to apologize for. It was fun. Anyway, I feel a little bad about it. So I figured if I'm going to be coming back here so often, I might as well help clean. What? I'm not getting ahead of myself, Mama. Sorry, I didn't mean... Not at all. Startled by the sudden outburst, Pastel stops what he's doing. Silly Pastel, you're always welcome here. Well, thank you. Fine. Okay, and now, I'll admit it. I'm stupidly, desperately, absolutely, ridiculously in love with Pastel. Here I said it, or at least I'm saying it to myself. I'll accept this. Pastel is credible. Who wouldn't fall for him? I don't want anyone else anymore. I've been poisoned by this perfect boy. The problem now is what to do about it. Weird question, but... Would you want to, hate you? Yes? Clean the rest of your house together? Eh? It'll be more fun than it sounds, and if you get bored, we can do something else. So, I just thought if we did it together, you'd get a say in where everything goes, so nothing else ends up getting lost. So, and it's totally fine if you don't want me going through your stuff anymore. You really don't have to. So it's fine. I think it's a lovely idea. Really? Yes, in fact, I'd appreciate your help. One thing or another has always come up when I try to clean on my own. I am simply useless at it. Then I'll take the lead. I wanted to start with this boxes by the couch. I already had a plan for everything, it seemed. His energy was contagious, he was right that it would be fun, it was entertaining even just watching him go. I see him dart around the room so energetically, finding the perfect place for every little thing. He truly has a talent for organization. Meanwhile, I mostly played the role of assistant. He would ask for my input every now and then, or instruct me to play something he found somewhere across the room. He made me little decisions like that so easily, but for me, I'd get stuck on everyone. But I saw everything through effortlessly. It was nothing short of amazing. And so, in a short few hours, the entire house had become neat and tidy. Okay, I think I'm satisfied? You? Don't you think you deserve to be rewarded for all your hard work? I should have seen that one coming. No, not right now. I should actually get going. You want to stay? I promise to come drop I'd be back for the afternoon. You'll start to worry if I don't come back soon. I'll save your reward for next time then. Pastel slips on his jacket and shoes. Just before he leaves, he turns back to face for a wrinkle. By the way, I was thinking... Yes? There's some days my friends travel out of town for alchemist. So if you ever want to drop by while I'm working on those days, I think that'd be okay. That's the most I can do right now. Sorry. I can only take you up on that. I'd love to keep you company. Great, okay then. Basil gives him a quick peck on the cheek before saying goodbye and walking out the door. What was all of that? It was extremely domestic. I can't be imagining things, can I? He said it was okay to come and visit him? That he was to mean something, doesn't it? Her wrinkle begins pacing around the room. Now, let's not get carried away. It's just a delicate situation. Dropping this intense feelings onto him out of nowhere may only serve to scare him up. Neither of us was looking for a committed relationship in the beginning. That was made explicitly clear early on. And yet, he isn't playing fair. My heart can't take this. Her wrinkle throws himself into the couch dramatically. There's no way I'll be able to stop thinking of him now. Even being at home has become a reminder in and of itself. Everything is nice because of him, and now I'm suffering. This is simply too much. There has to be a way for me to safely indulge in these romantic feelings. Things are fine as they are, progressing even. If I just let it run its natural course, then maybe we'll end up... What do I want out of this? To be with him forever? Me? I haven't had a single healthy long-term relationship in my entire life. Love isn't in the cards for someone like me. I can't even recognize myself right now. Calm down. I'm overreacting again. Nothing has effectively changed just yet. I can't keep fighting myself on this. I'm in love with Pastel no matter what it entails. That's the reality. Eagle isn't quite ready for me to meet his friends, which means there isn't any room to advance further at the moment. I have to be patient. At the very least, I hope accepting all this lets my magic turn to normal. I need a nap. Nap it is. And so, over the next few weeks, Wrinkle would come by Atelier Suites to spend time with Basil. Oh, we could go back now? Okay, so let's go with an Angel Hill. Did we just run an Angel Hill or the Royal Crown? And maybe some... what do you want, gamers? Earrings, blue flowers? Let's go with just for those. Let's just go yellowish this time. He always stood there so sweetly behind the counter, and then I would waltz in, pretending to be just another customer browsing the aisles before meandering over to him. Other would stop in every now and again, but there was ample time in which I had him completely to myself. That's when I take the opportunity to chat. Excuse me. This place smells just like you, my sweet. I think it's the other way around. Do I smell like candy or something? Oh, wait, no, Pat. It's really sweet. I also think I wanted to eat you up. Please don't say things like that when there are customers here. Customers? I don't see anyone. I know, I mean just in general. I don't want to get turned on at work. That's not allowed. Excuse me. Our exchanges were mostly innocent, unlike other partners. Okay, he was very adamant about not pulling her out of work, and that ever stopped me from teasing him about it. Rodrigo watches his pastel, armed with a rag and a bottle of cleaner, faced down the counter in front of him. I think I underestimated your love for cleaning. Are you making fun of me? This is my job, you know. Oh, should I have paid you when you clean my house? I'll send you an invoice. Could I pay you in kisses? That's hard to turn down, actually. It was fun seeing him hard at work. The only side of him most people would ever be aware of. They'll never know of the lust bubbling beneath the surface. His nervous, vulnerable laughter when I said something he wanted to hear. His gentle touch, the way he can take my hands so casually, and yet becomes a stuttering mess as soon as I lean over him. His sense of humor, his sincerity, his quirks, his genuine desire to always provide the exact perfect thing to make me smile. No, the depths of pastel are reserved for me alone. Oh my god, look at that little sweets! Rodrigo gives a little twirl and drinks the pastel, who was trying his best to step with us after. How is that? Do you think it suits me? Not in the slightest. We're too elegant for a place like this. I can be cute too, can't I? You are, but you're gonna need more than that on your resume if you want the job. What, you mean I can get into nepotism alone? It looks like you already have a successful career in another field. You're overqualified, so I'm gonna have to turn you down. You're right, besides, if you were my boss, you probably have to stop fucking. Right? I truly love him. Even the days we talk about nothing at all, I wouldn't give up for the world. And the days he would end up to me even more so. Sai can be really frustrating sometimes. But she's my best friend, I'll always touch her up. My best friend, I still care about her even when she messes up. I'm just lucky to have you. Yeah, she really is. Anyone else would have given up on her by now. For years, she would have just locked herself in her lab, making all this candy, bragging about how cool her alchemy is compared to magic. She barely even talked to anyone else, and when she did, it was to berate them over something. Who treats their own customers like that? What do you think pays for the roof over our heads? Sorry, I don't want to give you a bad impression of her. She's gotten much better recently. It sounds complicated. At least your patience is paying up. Yeah, seems like it. At one point, it was kinda up to a coin toss on whether I'd stay or go. A coin toss? How extreme? Not literally. It was more like whether or not she could prove she actually felt empathy? Anyways, it turns out she's not a complete monster, so here I am. Sorry, I'm still giving you a bad impression of her, aren't I? You can just disregard everything I said, besides wait. I believe you, she must be if you'd put up with so much from her. Yeah. I treasured every moment I got to spend with Pastel. Even without a label on what exactly our relationship was, I could enjoy myself all the same. He thought I was only biding my time, but it didn't really feel like that at all. Just being near him was enough. And now we're back. One day he finally asked it. The question I've been waiting to hear. Do you wanna meet my friends? Well, yes, but are you sure? No, but it feels stupid to keep avoiding it. I started worrying it happened on accident one of these days. I don't think it would survive that, so I should just go before I change my mind. Right now? Yes, come on. Hazel takes Periwinkle by the hand and the pair hastily makes their way to Atelier's feet. Are we going to meet them? Slightly out of breath, Hazel stops just before they reach their destination. Okay, give me a minute. Have to be rushed all the way here. Don't back down now, my sweet. I know, I'm preparing mentally. I've just never done this before. I know it will be fine. I just... Take your time, we'll go in when you're ready. Okay, I think I'm only getting more nervous standing out here thinking about it. Well, let's just go in. After you. After you. The meeting itself was nothing memorable. Gumdrop was incredibly human. Oh, we actually meet them. Her golem made out of candy. Sure, it was about what I expected. Curd, but also warm. For all this build-up, the interaction itself was anticlimactic. A quick exchange of pleasantries before the candy alchemist called her golem back downstairs. It didn't feel real. Had I acted normal? Come across my usual self? It only just happened, but it's already a blur. I held Pastel's hand in the end. I remember that he had been so nervous. I could practically hear his heart beating out of his chest. Aww. I hadn't understood just how stressful it would be for him. I felt guilty at having put him through it, although the idea was his to begin with. He decided to go through that for himself, or for me. The seemingly mundane interaction that meant so much more for the both of us. Hazel? Sorry, I'm okay. I felt stupid having made such a big deal of it. Of course it will turn out just fine. It was important to you. We all get work up over things we care about, don't we? Are you including yourself in that? It seems like you always have it together. How, am I hiding it that well? Anyway, we can go. How is he going to react when he discovers what a mess I've been? Russell walks me home and promises to return later tonight. Things will move forward from there, won't they? Or is it season? Maybe it's too much for one day. I don't want to add to the stress. Why is this so difficult? His perception of me could be completely destroyed, tarnished. But that's a risk we're taking, isn't it? Is she going back? That night, Periwinkle laid on the floor in the middle of his living room and waited. I'd expected this night to come eventually, and yet I still don't feel anyone prepared for it. Periwinkle idly taps his wand to one of the candles on the table. Candles? So peachy. The curse is not yet lifted. Pastel's knock finally comes, and Periwinkle rises to answer. Oh, it smells nice in here. Is that your magic? You like it? It's my specialty, my latest specialty. What a treat. Have you eaten yet? We could make us a special dinner. Oh, what's the occasion? Celebrating the fact nothing went horribly wrong today. I brought a few things. If I could just borrow your stove. By all means. By all means. Once I can find myself in the excruciatingly domestic situation of watching Pastel prepare a meal in my kitchen. There's no way he doesn't realize it, right? That we've been acting as a couple for a long time now. It's just that neither of us have bothered to address it. Shouldn't it be properly acknowledged? Pastel chats with me as he cooks, but I'm admittedly distracted by these thoughts. Perhaps putting a name to it would only cause it to unravel. Currently, there's no expectation. We're free to see whoever else we like. Though, it doesn't seem either of us are doing that. Pastel approaches the table where Periwinkle sits holding a plate in each hand. Ta-da! Pasta's ready! Oh, bon appetit! Maybe you've already decided we're a couple and I'm just obsessing over formalities. What does it matter so long as the two of us are happy? And I really am happy. This cooking tastes wonderful. Hurry, you okay? Yes? You were being so quiet, I started to worry that I messed up our dinner somehow. No, it's delicious. I was just lost in the pasta, is all. Forgive me, I didn't want me to worry you. I need to get out of my own head. Pastel is here in front of me and I'm too distracted to savor it. Forget my doubts, we'll just have to see where the night takes us. Periwinkle takes his plate to the sink and begins to wash up. I can't take care of that. Nonsense, you just cook us dinner. It's your turn to relax, my sweet. Are you sure I can help? I wouldn't mind at all. You can help by bringing me your plate when you're finished. Okay. Pastels does as he's told, then wanders over the couch. Hey, if you have anything you want to introduce me to, I'd be happy to meet them. Return the favor, sort of thing. I know it can be awkward though, so not that's okay too. No, no one comes at mind. Really? Sure, I know a lot of people, but I couldn't say I'm particularly close with any of them. Expect maybe one, but you already met my business partner. Oh, and the bodyguard, right? Precisely. And what's with that look? No, nothing. I just don't know what to say now. You expected someone as charismatic as me to have all sorts of new people to introduce you to them. I guess so. I'm just surprised. I'm really like being around you, so I expected that to be true for your other friends too. I'd say probably the closest I've ever been with someone, literally speaking. We laughed together, being pulled into a comfortable silence. With our heads leaned together, Periwinkle nuzzles his face into Pastel's shoulder affectionately. After a few moments, Pastel asked, "Do you want to get in bed? Or sleep over pleasure? Oh, that's up to you." Periwinkle stands, then turns around to take Pastel's hands. Come then. He leads him into the bedroom, closing the door behind them. When he does, Pastel speaks up again. You know, I'm still finding it hard to believe there is no one else you're close to. 2 is a reasonable number. You're 2 friends as well, did you not? Syrup and Gumdrop. Fair point, but counting you makes 3. Yeah, repeat, perhaps you should try harder to catch up. Periwinkle collapses into bed, while Pastel sits down beside him. I think I'm departed, though. Keeping a healthy distance from others? Really? How come? The alternative has been disastrous in my experience. I'm far too intense. What do you mean by that? Goodness, my best example is the first one. In my teenage years, there was a boy I would have done anything for. He wanted his approval so badly. I wanted to be loved. It's funny, I can't even think of what drew me to him. I suppose it was just a vessel to project onto, and a utilized boyfriend, the shortcut to happiness. Poor guy, I didn't know what to do with the torrent of feelings I'd been forcing onto him. We were young. Oh, love like that is much too painful, if it can't even be called love. It took some practice to be able to separate the emotions out, to be able to indulge in the romantic and sexual energy I crave, while protecting my fragile heart. But ever since I figured it out, I've gotten to experience all sorts of love through these casual flings. What am I saying? It's perfect for me. The ideal life, really. Don't listen to me, Basil. I don't know if your heart is as fragile as you think. You don't believe me? Despite what it seems, I have the heart of an innocent maiden. I don't know about innocent, but Basil leans forward and lays his head on Periwinkle's chest. Sounds pretty strong to me. It's really harder now. Because it suddenly embraced me. See, this is what I mean by fragile. Periwinkle struggles up from under him and the pair sits facing each other in the bed. You know, at first, I thought dramatic stuff was just a formality for you, but you actually love it, huh? Are you only realizing that now? I guess not. What are you trying to say, Pastel? It's okay for me to love you? That I'll be safe? Then hurry up and kiss me. Okay, sorry to keep you waiting. Pastel closes the distance between them. I'm too weak. The words won't come out. As they kiss, Periwinkle becomes more and more entangled in his thoughts. It hurts. I want to be even closer. He lets himself pull backward, bringing Pastel down with him. It isn't really enough to satisfy me. Just please don't stop. Periwinkle's heart cried out. His noble emotion is caught in his throat, manifesting through his hands clinging desperately to Pastel. continue to kiss him and hold him through the night. Aw, that's cute. Chapter 7. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna go end this one. Gamers didn't know this one's so fucking long. Okay. So I'm gonna go end this one. Gamers, very nice. Maybe chapter 7 is probably the last. I don't know. I still don't know quite yet. But yeah, I'm gonna end this one. Gamers, like, subscribe, all the shit, comment, notification bell. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye. Jenny, 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 matane.